The insurance agent accidentally discovered that the violin in the customer's hands was most likely an antique, and the old man didn't seem to know its value. Just as Jack had expected in the old man's letter, there had been an antique dealer who had offered a high price of $25,000 for the violin. While the old man was unaware, Jack first hid the letter and then cunningly took out $10 from his trouser pocket, intending to get there first and then make a huge profit from the difference. The old man agreed, but before the deal, Jack had to do him a favor. That is to deposit the family's coins in the bank. Unfortunately, there were only 15 minutes left before the bank closed. There was no time left. Therefore, the transaction had to be rescheduled for tomorrow. As agreed, the next morning, Jack brought thousands of coins to the bank to deposit them in line. He thought that this would get him the violin. Unexpectedly, the old man told him that a buyer had previously reserved it in advance, but he had forgotten because he was old. Jack was very unhappy and kept telling the old man that he hoped to sell him the violin. But the old man still refused. Jack was unwilling to let go of something that had been taken from him, so he immediately drove to the shop and pretended to be the old man's agent to inquire about the antique violin. But he learned that it was a high-quality imitation violin from Germany, and the other party was willing to pay $150,000 for it, and gave him a 10% deposit on the spot. In this way, the antique violin almost became his possession, because the owner would only contact him in the future and no longer the old man. The only thing to worry about at the moment was how to get the old man's violin. He stared at the violin album for research all night, and finally came up with a brilliant method.